There are three types of bank rules you can create in Xero. One for spending money, one for receiving money, and another one for transferring money between accounts. To access these, if we go into the bank reconciliation page, so first we'll start off with an easy one, a monthly bank fee, which we can easily reconcile. So we click here, options, and we'll create bank rule. We then have these three options at the top: spend money rule, receive money rule, transfer money rule. We can choose between any conditions match or all conditions match. The difference between this is that if we tick any conditions match over here, if any of these conditions down below are satisfied, then it will apply the rule. Whereas if we click all conditions match over here, all these conditions down below over here will need to be satisfied in order for the rule to run. Now, we can tick which field it is. So the field is the items that come up on the bank feed. So you can select which field has to have the condition in it, or you can just be flexible and click any text field. Again, you can vary how you want the condition to be applied. So maybe you want it to equal, so it has to equal that value, or it contains it, which will be the most flexible one, because if Ridgeway Banking Corporation, or if you just say Ridgeway, was contained within it, it would apply the rule, or it has to start with it, or we might want to say it's blank. And then over here, you enter the details or use details that are already been pre-populated from what's been put through in the bank. Then you select what contact. So you could either select the contact to be decided during the bank reconciliation, or you can use a new or existing contact, or you can select that it will come from the payee on the bank transaction line. Next, what you can do is you can automatically allocate fixed value line items. So a fixed amount of it, say if the first £10, for example, is to go a certain place, you can put the description in there, the account code, the tax rate, and then if there's any tracking code to put in, and then you put in the. If you don't like what you're doing, you just press the bin icon and it removes it. Then what you do is you can allocate the remaining with percentages. So you might want to say 90% to account 1, 10% to account 2, or you may want it all going to account 1, in which case you do the percentage being 100%, and you enter the details as you were doing with what I demonstrated above. Then to set the reference on this transaction, you can choose where you want the reference to come from, or you can select it to only be applied during the bank reconciliation if you want to have flexibility as you're doing it. And finally, you can select which bank accounts you want to apply this rule on, so whether it's all bank accounts or just a certain bank account, and give the name a rule so it's easy to identify. The process for receive money rules is pretty much the same, only it's for money coming in. So your business, so whether that be loans, loan advance. So whether that be loan advances, income received, money received from customers, refunds, whatever it may be, this will be the receive money side. And again, the process of doing it would be pretty much the same way as the spend money, only it's in the reverse. Then going over to the transfer money rules, this would be for when you're transferring money between accounts. So typically between a current account and savings account, or maybe paying a credit card when your credit card is put through on Xero as a separate bank account. And again, you've got the options here of any or all conditions to match. You select which fields, what the value has to be for these conditions, and then you go to the create transfer option. So you select which bank account it's going to go to, or whether you want to choose it during the bank reconciliation. You select the tracking if relevant, and then the reference, again, as with the other rules, whether you want it to be from a certain field on the statement line, or you want to do it during the bank reconciliation. And finally, you can choose which accounts you want to run this rule on, whether it be all bank accounts or a specific bank account, and give the rule a name. Thanks for watching.